What's up, Trekkies? Hi, so we have to, it's been a hot minute since I've been doing a video like this, and I realize that there's probably a hell of a lot of people that have been subscribing recently due to football stuff and are gonna see a gaming video and not realize what's going on. So yeah, I do Star Trek Online and I talk about news and stuff. The problem is right now, until I figure out how to get a light, I have to use the Google background because it is currently 8:32 in the evening here. And that's what happens when I don't have a Google background on. Because it is wonderfully lit in here, but if I open the blind, I'm kind of backlit. I guess we can deal with that for now, so you get to see some of my neighbors. There is no news, as it is currently, as my clocks look, world clock. Yeah, it is currently almost noon back home. It's like 2:33 in the afternoon for Hal right now. Anyways, and there is no news out. There was stuff last week. There's a Recon Destroyer bundle and its stats. I don't have any thoughts. I've been too busy moving and stuff. I literally got my computer up and running as soon as the Crystalline Entity event starts. You know, I saw that there was something about a New Orleans class, and then someone on the regular Star Trek Online forums was complaining up a storm and trying to do a really obscure reference about something and whatever. I got into a fight on that one because we had slow internet before, but yeah, I couldn't do videos. I don't know why it says Lafayette class Recon Destroyer. I don't know why. This seems weird. The first time they've ever given an actual meters long. Maybe it's to deal with the new ship model maker thing. Might help with that. So yeah, the New Orleans class is the Fleet Recon, and everyone's like blah blah blah, and it was just such stupid. So all we have is the Federation one and a Klingon one. It's basically just a destroyer. It's got intel slots and intel slot, but Commander Tactical, they're both escorts of sorts. I have not looked into this ship whatsoever. I've been doing the Crystalline Entity, which I'm gonna basically give you guys this. So I am at 12 of 14 right now. Like I said, it has been a hot minute. Because I've been able to log in even on the slow internet and still do it because Crystalline Entity is a joke. And there are probably people that have been sitting here watching this going like, why is the Crystalline Entity a joke? Well, it's not. It's only a joke to science officers. It's even more of a joke to a science officer with the Tippler cylinder. And it's freaking trivial with the Tippler cylinder, the Vesta Tier 5 set 3 bonus for the consoles, and the Tippler cylinder. So the reason why I bring this up is because everyone is avoiding the 66 and 33 pulse. That's really what you're avoiding. Most people can take out the shards in just enough time or heal back from it, whatever. As a science officer, which in theory 1 in 3 of you are, can in theory pulse your shields up like the emergency power to shields and have high aux and then scattering field. You can negate a lot of its pulse damage. This does not affect the crystals that hit you, so don't think you're completely immune from damage. So if you're gonna get hit and you're gonna get moved, but you're not gonna take much damage because it's an energy damage, so it hits and it basically scatters because you have almost 100 energy resistance rating and you basically take 99% less damage. I did it and I got knocked back 7 kilometers. I was at 1.5 and the shield that was facing it, which was my front shield, only went down by half. To be fair, I have like 23,000 shields on that facing. So second, since some of you may not know, the temporal consoles that were tied to the Wells and the Mobius and the Paradox, and in the future tier 6 ships of those versions is the decline and I literally have that chip. What can I think of? The Wells and the Vern. So it'd be the enhanced Tippler cylinder or the Tippler cylinder, the enhanced Mannheim device or the Mannheim device, and then temporal distortions. I forget what the actual console is. But those three make up the temporal ordnance set, I guess. I forget what. But it's the Tippler cylinder you're looking for. So you can rock out at like 1 kilometer away from it, less if you want, because it's really hard to tell how far away you are from the crystalline entity. Basically what you do is you sit here like this, and you shoot, and you shoot, and you shoot, and you just do everything, and you just do all your stuff. As it starts charging, that thing's gonna pass right by you. And you're gonna and you're like, you know, I've literally had people like, you're gonna die, and then right here, you hit the Tippler cylinder. And it puts out its little bubble, and as if you've ever used it, everything shakes a little bit or wiggles a little bit. While that's wiggling, you technically don't exist in time. So the pulse moves past you, and you don't get affected by the pulse whatsoever, and you back up. So I use that on my Vesta. In theory, the Anorax's console would work too, because that removes you from time-ish, but it just gives you a crap ton of energy resistance rating, and it's energy resistance rating by like a lot, and basically evasive maneuvers. I haven't tested that one. I think that one's bound to the Anorax or other temporal vessels. I'm not sure. I don't have any slots to put it on anyways. The third is if you happen to have the Tier 5 Vesta. Tier 5 Vesta, all three of them, you get 3 consoles. The Set 2 bonus is a Chronoton the Set 2 is a Chronoton infused quantum slipstream, which basically means you can turn super well while going quantum slipstream. It lasts a minute and you go bleedingly fast. With my thing, I'm punching it like transwarp 46 and a half, something like that. But the Set 3 is a quantum field focused, like everything. Vesta, Tier 5, Multi-Mission Reconnaissance Explorer, Quantum Field Focused Phaser. Sure, let's just go to that one. Comes in the Quantum Field Focused Phaser. Yes, it's the Quantum Focused Shield Bubble. 3-piece set bonus grants you a quantum focused shield bubble. That thing is effectively a perfect shield. While active, your ship's hull is invulnerable and will take no damage, including damage caused to yourself by ramming speed. I have used it for that on occasion. Your shield too becomes hardened. The more auxiliary power, the more resistant they become, up to 100%. I'm pretty much running full aux anyways. However, while active, your weapons are offline. So you still get hit, the pulse. You just take no damage from it. So you still get boosted back. And the benefit I have is, I have the temporal warp core, so I have trajectory jump, so I just move back 4 kilometers, or move forward 4 kilometers. So that's the benefit there. There's also the temporal operative thing. If you have that specialization as a primary, you will use causality. You could technically use causality, continuity. It basically teleports you backwards about 8 kilometers from your current position. Magnitude and hit points, it basically gives you a butt ton of hit points, it gives you a butt ton of shield for facing, and you have an adjustment period for minus 80% all damage and minus 66.7% flight speed for 20 seconds. But if you fully max it out, that adaptation period goes away. Also, when continuity is triggered, you reduce cooldown on all bridge officers and captain abilities by 50%. So if you know that you are going to ride that thing out and get a continuity proc, which happens when you drop below 10% hull, basically it's a Life 3 if you played old Final Fantasy games. It can happen only once every 3 minutes. You can only get it once per, but it's a good maneuver. Just pop all your cooldowns and then you'll get sent backwards, and then you can just move back on in. In fact, what I've done is I've been at like 5 kilometers and I know I'm going to use continuity, so I just start flying in, and then it hits me, I basically die. I teleport back 8 and I'm still got my forward momentum. It's really weird. But anyways, so that's how this new stuff is going to work. With Trek Tuesdays, I'm going to try to find some semblance of a lamp so that I can get myself lit. When news comes out, I will talk it. I know this is coming out on Wednesday for you guys. If things change in the future, we will see. I'm at a drastic time difference from when Star Trek puts out news, apparently. So, and this is the 28th. All right. I'll chat with you guys all next week when hopefully there's news. Bye.